Hey friends, we're getting super close to 5,000 subscribers, and to celebrate, Maggie and I want to give away a $100 gift card to the Nintendo eShop. To enter for your chance to win, all you have to do is share this video and any other video from the channel with the hashtag FEDgiveaway. And remember, the more you share, the better chance you have of winning that $100 gift card. Hello friends, and welcome to Fire Emblem Discussion. What you see in front of you now is the Community Tier List 1.0. Today we're going to be making adjustments to this tier list based on your feedback to make Community Tier List 1.1 and probably where we're going to be leaving it for now. We'll start with changes at the bottom. So there were a lot of people who said Dedue was moved too high and should be moved back down a tier. So I kind of feel like this would appease those who were really upset about him being in the last place, but also be fair to those people by putting him at the top of C tier. Some people might still be upset about that, but people cited his availability issues, which we weren't really going to take into account, but his are so glaring that it's hard to not look at it that way. He has a really great part 1, but really towards endgame, he really just becomes an adjutant is his best use. So that was all the reasoning given by a lot of you guys. So we'll put him at the top of C. Now there was some contention through B tier about where people should be moved around, but there weren't any really strong cases made. A lot of people cited their own personal experiences, which is great. I'm glad you have your own personal experiences with the game, but your personal experiences do not really tell us how good a character is. Just that's the nature of Fire Emblem. Everybody's experience is going to be so different just because of the way growth rates work and how level ups work and how you can basically make any character in any class and have them be good. So personal experiences are great, but they don't really help us in a tier list. So a lot of the arguments I heard for the B tier were personal experience type things. So I'm afraid we're not going to be moving any of them around that are here right now. A tier, we do have some shifting to do. I don't think anyone, there will be some moving tiers and stuff, but here we need to do some shifting. So, someone said that Hilda should be, a few people said Hilda should be above Sylvain. And I agree with this. Thinking about it, her personal skill affects more units than just Sylvain, whereas Sylvain's personal skill only affects himself. I don't know. So, her personal skill could be seen as more useful than Sylvain's. So, I mean, and that's really what the differing factor for me is. This is just that skill. So I'll agree with those comments, and we'll put Hilda here ahead of Sylvain. Disclaimer: not that I necessarily agree with all these changes, but here you go. I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with all these changes, but yeah, I'm just doing what you guys say too. If you made a good argument. All right, next for this tier. A few people said Seteth was too high and that he should be below these three, below Hilda, Sylvain, and Ferdinand. So we're going to throw him below them. Stating that, while he comes ready to go, these units already have plenty of time to train and to catch up and be better than him when he joins, which I agree with. So I mean, that makes some sense. But in general, Seteth is really good, though. Just saying, don't sleep on Seteth. A lot of people do. Dude gets swift strikes, and he comes as a Wyvern Rider. Awesome. Okay. The next big change is Leonie to S tier. Leonie is amazing. Leonie is really good, and with that, we're actually going to put her right next to Petra. There were a few really good comments comparing their stats and their abilities and everything that I really appreciated. And they're so similar that it's hard to have them not be right next to each other, right? So we're going to put them right next to each other. Next, we have what might hurt me more than anything else in this tier list is moving Lysithea down. So, in my opinion, Lysithea is the best unit in the game, but there are a lot of you in the comments that don't feel this way. And I mean a lot of you. A lot of you state that she's too squishy, takes too much damage, or dies too easily. And while I would argue that that's not necessarily, that doesn't really matter. Her damage output is insane. She has a range advantage at all times, basically. Even without Thyrsus, you can always have a range advantage. You can have a range advantage unless the enemy has 1 to 2 range, which almost no enemy. That's such a rare thing in 3 houses. 1 to 2 range just isn't around. Archers don't have close counter very often and stuff like that. So, I mean, Lysithea, in my opinion, should be the top character. Almost belongs in a tier of her own. But according to your feedback, we're going to put her here, below the Lords. Now, the Lords were unanimous in being the best characters in the game. However, this order doesn't necessarily represent what you guys were saying. So I think the strongest arguments were made for Edelgard being top, the number one unit. Because of, essentially, she has really great stats and everything, but so do both of these two. But what it comes down to is she has a mirror, or however you say her special weapon, and it's special combat art that comes with it that essentially gives her extra turns. And that can be used to just break the game wide open. That's very, very powerful. So I understand why people would want to put her at the top. That's really, really good. As far as Dimitri and Claude go, we're going to leave them as is. There's quite a few that wanted to move Dimitri up, but I didn't see any strong enough case to put him above Claude. The closest we got was someone explaining that getting him to trying to explain that getting him to a Wyvern Rider isn't that hard, and that once you do, his flying stuff grows naturally, and so you can get to Wyvern Lord in a decent time frame. But I just think Claude overall, his class is better. His personal class is really good. It requires no effort to get him into it. Meaning you can train other really important ranks Meaning you can train other important ranks for him, like Authority, or you can even train heavy. You can even train heavy armor to get weight -3 and other useful skills like that if you need. So I'm going to keep him above Dimitri for now. So this is it. This is Community Tier List 1.1. Again, this doesn't necessarily reflect my views. This is your views. This is what you guys think. There were some call to make new tiers and have stuff, but I just decided to leave it as is because maybe it's because I'm lazy. I don't know. I didn't feel like it was necessary to break up tiers. I realized there's a lot of characters in the same tier, but the order still matters, so I didn't feel it was necessary to break up tiers. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And if you're watching this video right now, that means the poll to decide which tier list we do next is already up. So go check out the community page on my channel if you haven't seen it in your feed. We're going to decide which route we should tier list next. So this was kind of a general tier list, but we want to do tier list for routes. So go vote on which one we should do first, and we will go from there. I'll put together a tier list based on my best knowledge and my best understanding of characters, and also by looking at all of their attributes and everything on Serenus Forest and everything that I could possibly find out about these characters, and make a tier list there. And I'm excited to hear your feedback on it, and we'll make another community tier list for that route. So thanks for watching, and remember, share this video with your friends and whatever. And if you share it on social media with the hashtag FED giveaway, you'll be entered for a chance to win a $100 gift card to the Nintendo eShop. That's right, $100 gift card to Nintendo eShop. So share this on any social media platform you're a part of with the hashtag FED giveaway.